Hey guys, how's it going? It's Saturday morning. It's still early, and so my hair looks like a mess, albeit less hair, because I got a haircut. And for the record, I am not bald, okay? You see, there's hair, okay? It's not a lot, but there's still hair. So I'm not bald, so I can't stand when people, oh, you're bald. I'm not bald. Before I get into things, just a quick shout out. Ryan, who's a subscriber and a big Mac enthusiast. How's it going, Ryan? There's my shout out. So, for the record, Ryan, I'm not bald. Or Anthony, I'm not bald either. Okay? Okay. Now, on to business. I've been kind of debating last couple weeks what video to make. I just don't like making videos about willy-nilly anything. It's got to be something. Something that really gets my interest. And I was debating making a video about these 2 terabyte external hard drives or flash drives, whatever you want to call them, and how ludicrous that is, and how people just keep storing files on their computers and they never throw anything away, they never throw emails away. I mean, come on. I mean, talk about lack of organization. I hate to see what your home looks like. But, the other video topic that I was thinking about is gun control. And, to me that means a little more to me. So I'm going to make it about gun control and a few other tidbits at the end. Okay, now the reason I'm talking about gun control is because we've had this rash of multiple murders by either assault weapons or handguns, and then we've had a rash of murder-suicides. Again, the whole concept, I'm going to kill myself so I'll take some people with me. Okay, you're dumb. You're already dumb contemplating suicide. But secondly, don't take others. Take yourself. It's already a selfish act. Don't compound it by taking the lives of others. It just makes no sense. Okay. Now, quite recently, the last few months, we've had murders in a nursing home, immigration center, of course, many domestic murders, murder-suicides. And I found some facts about that that are really interesting. And this is circa the London Times, or the Times, as they call it in the UK. So there's some validation to this information if you want to look it up. It says each year, or every year, more than 30,000 Americans die by gunshot, by guns. Of course, most of those are suicides, and it says at least 10,000 are murders. 10,000 people are murdered by guns each year in America. I can't emphasize that enough. 10,000 a year. Let's compare that. Let's compare it to the Iraq War, which has been going on now for 6 years. We've had 4,260 approximately U.S. soldiers killed in those 6 years. Okay? 4,200 plus in 6 years. And 10,000 each year in America die by guns. That's overwhelming. Now, let's compare it to another country. We're going to compare it to Britain. In Britain, they have some very tough firearm gun laws. They have, in 2005 and 2006, they recorded 50 deaths from guns. 50. And we're averaging 10,000. And I said, well, gosh, there's more people in America. Yeah, there's 300 million people in America, 60 million in the UK. That's obvious. But I'm sorry, the discrepancy between 50 and 10,000 is off the charts. It's unreal.
You disgust me.
Okay, so we've had now the supporters, like the NRA in America here, which stands for National Rifle Association. They always fall back on the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment in the United States Constitution guarantees the right to bear arms. Okay? And they've interpreted it as everybody can own a handgun. Now, a couple of years back, we had a mass shooting at the Virginia Tech University. The killer killed 32 people. 32. And the NRA, in their famous logic, came back and said, gosh, if all those students had guns, then 32 people wouldn't have been killed. This could have been prevented. So I'm trying now to apply that same flawed NRA logic to the nursing home earlier this year. So if all the nursing home patients or members had guns, well, that could have been prevented. Or if there's a shooting at a daycare, elementary school, high school, yeah. Well, that's wonderful logic. Just absolutely fantastic logic by the NRA. If everybody had guns, this would be prevented. Yet, you know, somehow I don't think that would. I think we'd have a shootout at the OK Corral again, like the Wild Wild West. And apparently that's what the NRA wants. They want everybody just shooting everybody. I'm not certain what the motivation is for that, or if they're tied in with gun sales and their little, you know, quest for guns, guns, guns. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't like guns. I hate guns. And there's no reason. I mean, let's look at hunting rifles. Is there a reason for it? You know, there was in the 1800s, maybe even into the 1900s. You know, hunting rifles, I'm not looking to ban them. People want to go hunting for sport, so be it. I don't agree with it. I think people should only hunt for necessity, but I'm not going to stand in the way of that. They can have hunting rifles all they want. But let's break it down to handguns and assault rifles. What is a handgun? Do you use a handgun for hunting? No, you use it for killing. What do you use an assault rifle for? Do you use it for hunting? No, you're not going to pepper the deer with 20 rounds. Think about it. And yet the NRA has, again, oh no, we must keep handguns and assault weapons legal because once we outlaw those, then everything will be outlawed. But that's just it. You're trying to prevent anything for any sense of sanity in this country. Any sense of sanity. Unreal. So, be interested in hear about your views about guns. One of the other flawed concepts is knives. People always say, well, you know, if a person didn't have a gun, then they would have a knife and they would stab a person to death. No, sometimes that would happen, yes. There has been a rash of stabbings in Britain, either last year or the year before. You know what? It happens. But I will tell you, it is much easier to outrun a knife than it is a gun. You can't outrun a gun and a bullet from it. It doesn't happen. It won't happen. Especially when you're getting an automatic weapon shot at you with multiple rounds. I don't know any knife that can go at the same speed and shoot multiple knives. It doesn't happen. So yes, there would still be stabbings, but it would have to be at close quarters. It would have to be a very personal murder. It couldn't be somebody just flipping out and going to McDonald's and saying, "Hey, enough of this! I'm taking everybody out with me." Unreal. Okay, running out of time here. One other thing is, just saw recently that Frank Lampard of Chelsea called into a radio station in London, LBC 97.3 FM, about recent reports, erroneous reports made about him in the press, and I just want to lend my support to Frank Lampard. He had his mother die last year. He's had personal issues. That's none of my business or anybody else's business. And quite frankly, I am so sick and tired of this yellow journalism, this muckraking by the news media to exploit the people who are celebrities or athletes or whatever. You know what? Yes, we put them on a pedestal. Sometimes it's interesting when they fall, but other times I couldn't care less. And the actions against Frank Lampard are disgusting. Leave him alone. He's a classy individual. He's a classy player, and I just can't stand it. So for what it's worth, which is not much because I'm just the Joe Schmo, Joe Public from America here, but I'm lending my support for Frank Lampard and to the British press. Leave him alone, okay? Enough is enough. Leave him alone. Go pick on Wayne Rooney. Here's somebody screaming for adverse attention and the paparazzi. Go to Wayne Rooney, but leave Frank Lampard out of it, okay? That's it, guys. Bye.